It's in the name.
This is your Friday Refresh brought to you by Collisions Auto Repair Services in Killen, Alabama. You can contact them at 256-272-2007. Have you ever wrestled a bear? I've read a few stories of men who did, and most of them were on the losing end of that fight. Of course, there was that one fella named Paul who at 13 years old stood 6'1" and weighed 180 pounds. He was challenged to wrestle a bear at a carnival for the whopping payout of $1. He wrestled that bear and suffered a bite to the ear, but was never paid his dollar. And while he may never have gotten paid his buck for that bravery, the man earned a new name that day. Most people don't call him Paul these days. They simply know him as Bear Bryant. He would go on to play football for his high school, leading them to a state championship and earning him all-state honors in his senior year. He would play for the University of Alabama and then begin his coaching career that would include several schools, Vanderbilt, Maryland, Kentucky, Texas A&M, and Alabama. Early in his career, he would join the Navy during World War II and then return to coaching after serving our nation. His time in Alabama as the head coach spanned 25 years, and his record was an amazing 232, 46, and 9, including 6 national championships. Growing up in Alabama, Paul Bear Bryant was a household name. He had already passed away by the time I knew anything about football, but the stories of Bear permeated every Saturday in the fall. He wasn't just a coach, he was a legend. Imagine ever coaching at Alabama or anywhere else for that matter in that shadow. Imagine always being compared to the great Bear Bryant. That's a much bigger bear than young Paul fought at a carnival. But you've probably been there on some level. You feel you're constantly wrestling with the memories of the old relationship your boyfriend or girlfriend had. Or maybe you were wrestling with the feelings the congregation had about the preacher you followed and was just a little bit more polished of a teacher than you. Maybe you're trying to fill the shoes of a favorite English, math, or science teacher that ever walked the halls of your school but recently retired. Or perhaps you were attempting to be the best quarterback, point guard, or team captain of a team that last year's seniors led to a state championship. Wrestling the bears of the past is difficult, but it's not impossible. Enter the GOAT. I know it's arguable, but at least by today's standards, Nick Saban is the greatest of all time. And the Alabama faithful will be in mourning for quite some time over the recent retirement. During his time at Alabama, Nick Saban amassed quite the resume. In his 17-year career at Alabama, his record was 206-29. He won 6 national championships at Alabama, plus another one when he coached at LSU. He never had a losing season. He won 11 SEC championships. He had 44 first-round draft picks come from Alabama, and that is more than the losses he had in his tenure. I could go on, but the point is this. Saban was wrestling a bear, and he could have leaned on that as an excuse. Yet what Saban did was carve his own success. Miss Terry, Nick Saban's wife, said it best when she described him and described his process. Hard work, discipline, the relentless pursuit of a worthy goal, not cutting corners, and doing things the right way for the sake of constant personal improvement, not for the scoreboard. That's a pretty solid resume for success in a world where we find ourselves standing toe-to-toe with the bears of the past. But at the end of the day, who cares whether you set all the records or win every championship? You don't have to strive to be the best, just strive to be your best. Those qualities, hard work, discipline, the relentless pursuit of a worthy goal, not cutting corners, and doing things the right way for the sake of constant personal improvement, those qualities will make you a winner. They will set you among an elite class of folks who hold their head up at the end of the day knowing they wrestled a bear and became a GOAT. And that is your Friday Refresh.